Okay. Now, a couple of the games that we're not going to play for you, we did a couple of things I talked about, attacking out animals and things like that. We also did a sculpture game where they would pair up in teams, and then they would create a sculpture with their bodies, and we had to guess what that was. So this was all trying to control these little fidgety bodies, because we don't fidget, right? Let's show them how to fidget. Ready? Fidget. And stop. And how do we stand on stage? Great. And one of our favorite games is the alphabet game, and we're going to go down and we'll say our alphabet, and then they will come back, and this was to teach them to speak crispy, and loudly. 2 weeks is with them. It's so fun. But you will be amazed at how great these kids are in coming up with words that begin with these letters. Are we ready? Go.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Before we end, I would like to point out our counselors. I think they worked harder than any of us this week. They were children around from class to class. I just want to give them a round of applause for all of their hard work. The counselors you see up here now are actually in the show with us. So, without further ado, Disney's High School Musical 2 and our finale.